So in today's video, we're going to take a look at what's going to happen if the Abbasid Caliphate comes back in the modern day. Now, if you don't know, the Abbasid Caliphate was one of the strongest caliphates in the entire history of the Islamic world. I mean, it's also known for having the best education of that time. And this caliphate also comes from the time when the Islamic world had its golden age. So yeah, let's see what happens if they reunite in the modern day. Now, as we can see here, this country is very big and the Abbasid Caliphate is going to have to stabilize their country. Otherwise, they'll be facing some rebellions. The capital city of this empire is still Baghdad, which was built for this caliphate, and the city is still around. So yeah, let's just say that after some years of stabilization, and by some years I mean some 100 years, the Abbasid Caliphate is now ready for some wars. And the first country which they want to invade is, well, Georgia. Because Georgia was already pretty screwed, and even though it's very mountainous, the caliphate troops still managed to take out the country, and then the Abbasids just go ahead and annex all of Georgia. This was just a minor campaign, but after more militarization and more recruits from all over the empire, now the Abbasids are ready for some more wars. And as of now, the Abbasids are going to be declaring war on two countries, which are Egypt and Libya. I mean, both these countries lost their major parts. Libya lost everything, but Egypt still has some of the Nile River part. So yeah, let's see what happens here. We can see that the Abbasids push in and capture the coastline, and they're also following the Nile River, which held most of the population. And after losing their major parts, we can see that the remaining parts of Egypt just go ahead and surrender. The Abbasids storm into the remaining parts of Libya, and they're now pushing in from all sides. And now they cannot further push in because, well, this is entirely desert. But yeah, after sending an ultimatum to the remaining parts of Libya, they accept the ultimatum and they go ahead and surrender. And in this peace negotiation, we can see that both Egypt and Libya got completely annexed by the Abbasid Caliphate. The Abbasids now want to expand in the east, and to expand in the east, we can see that they declare war on Turkmenistan. We can see that the Abbasid troops are now pushing into Turkmenistan. The new capital city was also taken because, well, Ashgabat was already here, so it's under the Abbasid control. But with the fall of their capital city as well as some major cities, we can see that Turkmenistan goes ahead and surrenders. And in this peace negotiation, we can see that these parts of Turkmenistan were completely annexed by the Abbasid Caliphate, and these remaining parts are now a vassal state to the Abbasid government. Turkmenistan still wants to expand to the east, and to do so, we can see that they go ahead and declare war on Afghanistan. I mean, for a longer period of time, the Abbasids won't be able to manage all of Afghanistan. But yeah, at first though, we can see that they're pushing into Afghanistan, and the vassal state is also helping out the Abbasids. Now, both these troops are trying to get to Kabul, which is the capital of Afghanistan. The vassal troops are also making some significant gains against the Afghans. But now the Abbasids have reached the gates of Kabul, and eventually they take it. And with the surrender of their capital city, we can see that the remaining parts of Afghanistan just go ahead and surrender. And in this peace negotiation, we can see that all of the western parts of Afghanistan were completely annexed by the Abbasids, and even the vassal state of Turkmenistan managed to get some land from Afghanistan, and Afghanistan is also now a vassal state to the Abbasid government. And I think that this is enough in the east. I mean, they've expanded in a very good manner, and now the Abbasids are going to focus on Turkey, and they declare war on Turkey. Now, the reason is they wanted to have an access to the European countries. I mean, not fully, but they want to vassalize the remaining parts of Turkey. So yeah, let's get into the war stuff. At first though, we can see that the Turkish troops are now pushing into the Abbasid regions, and the Turk troops are also pushing down the coastlines. They managed to take all of these lands from the Abbasids, but as of now they're stalemated, and a fully mobilized Abbasid army arrives on the front lines. With the arrival of this army, we can see that the Turks are getting pushed back, and this army divides into two parts, and they encircle a lot of Turkish troops over here, which later on go ahead and surrender. And now we can see that the Turks are getting devastated by the Abbasid army. The Abbasids are now trying their best to get to Ankara, which they do so successfully, and the capital city of Turkey just falls, and with that, Turkey finally goes ahead and surrenders. And in this peace negotiation, we can see that the Turks lost all of their Anatolian parts. I mean, most of the Anatolian parts, and the remaining country of Turkey is also a vassal state to the Abbasid government. So now the Abbasid Caliphate is done expanding in the east, and as we can see here, they have vassalized a lot of countries right here, which includes Turkey, which looks like Byzantium, and it also includes Afghanistan and Turkmenistan. But now we're going to jump into Africa, where they're going to be invading Eritrea as well as Djibouti. They declare war on both these countries because, well, they want the coastline. Also, this is a very important region. It controls the entrance to the Red Sea and then to the Mediterranean Sea. So yeah, taking control of both these countries is very crucial for the Abbasid Caliphate. And let's get to the war stuff now. Well, Djibouti does not exist, and then we can see that the Abbasid troops are pushing into Eritrea, and they also push in from the north. They take control of the capital city, which I don't know where it is, but the remaining parts of Eritrea just go ahead and surrender. And in a peace treaty, we can see that all of Eritrea as well as Djibouti got completely vassalized by the Abbasid Caliphate. But yeah, as of now, the Abbasid Caliphate has only one more country to invade. I mean, it won't necessarily be an invasion, but they're gonna be sending an ultimatum. And can you guess what country it is? Well, that country is Sri Lanka. And why do they want Sri Lanka? Not even God knows. But yeah, Sri Lankans had to accept the ultimatum, and this is the Abbasid Caliphate at its peak. So yeah, this is gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what you guys want to see in the future. And thank you for watching.